Greetings, everyone. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining today's Lunchtime Learn with the Birthing Your Greatness Summit. Okay, so many of you who have been following our schedule know that I am not the scheduled person for today, but things happen and it looks like I am up to bat. You know, you got to stay ready. That's a message for a lot of you. Stay ready, because you know you just never know when it might not be your turn, but it's your time. Okay, so that's I'm giving that out for free. So unfortunately, our financial literacy with Jeff Taylor will not be today. He's had a personal emergency, but that's okay because we actually get an opportunity to spend some time together and talk about something that's near and dear to me. So you get a bonus class today, like you get a bonus, okay? You get a bonus. And the bonus is the art of creating a six-figure brand. And when I say a bonus, that was on the schedule, but that means you get something else in its place. So that was supposed to come last. This is coming now. I'm doing all of that so that I can just kind of get myself together. But I am absolutely ready to really jump into this presentation. So I'm going to pull it up now. And guys, I'm my own technology today. Oh Lord. So that means y'all gotta work with me. You gotta work with a sister. But the art of building a six-figure brand presented by me, myself, Thea. Let me go through the topics that we're gonna discuss. So we'll talk a little bit about, very little about me, but then we'll jump into developing a six-figure mindset, developing your big why, discovering your potential for profit, leveraging your social network, a shift from a selling mindset to a serving mindset, and then collaborate, 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 and the three R's of the customer experience. So those are the topics that we're going to discuss at noon. Yo, lunchtime learn, baby. Okay, so a little bit about me. Hey, that's me. That's me. Hey, girl. Hey. I have over 20 years of experience in sales and marketing with 10 years in educational sales. I've mentored solopreneurs for the last 5, helping them expand their brands and building six-figure businesses. My passion is seeing others succeed, and that's absolutely true. Like if anybody knows me, they'll tell you I can build six-figure brands. I can build you. And I do that sometimes at my own expense. So yeah, and some of you who can, who are servants by heart, you know exactly where I'm coming from. So the first thing I want to do is kind of reflect on this particular quote from Peter Drucker. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Bam. And that's the truth. You know, a lot of us, we're waiting on Kiki, Ray Ray, Bobo, our bosses, people to recognize our greatness, our husbands to recognize, our wives to recognize, our friends to recognize, the companies we're with, our customers to recognize, and help us, you know, push forward. But the best way for you to create anything is for you to do it. You've got to create your momentum. You've got to create your future. You've got to create your goals. So I thought that was an amazing quote to get started with. All right, so let's talk about developing that six-figure mind, okay? And you know, before you can really build a six-figure business or a seven-figure business, you got to build your mind. Like you got to get your thinking intact, you know, and that's going to come with you really kind of looking at a few areas of your life. I mean, what are your daily routines? Like, do you get up early? Because you know they say the early bird get the worm, right? But maybe your business does not require you to be early. Maybe your business, your people on the late night creep, whatever it is, you've got to know your business and you've got to set your daily routine so that your mindset can be in line with what you're doing, so that your mind, your energy, your thoughts, the things that you're doing can be in alignment, right? Getting sleep, getting proper sleep, okay? 6 to 8 hours sleep is what you need. I'm gonna say you need 8. You know, me, I need 8. If I don't have 8, I got issues. But you need that. Your body needs to be balanced, and then a balanced diet. What are you putting into yourself? You know, if you're putting in junk, don't think that your mind gonna be clicking on all cylinders and you're gonna be able to do what you need to do. It's just not real. It's not real reality. You've got to give your brain the fuel so that your creative juices can be flowing. So keep that in mind. And then visualizations and affirmations. Honey, if you want to get somewhere, you're going to actually have to see yourself there. Like you cannot pretend that you can get somewhere and you don't even know where that place is yourself. If you've never seen it, if you can't visualize how you want your life to be, if you can't visualize where you want to live, what you want to drive, who you want to serve, if you can't see it first, then it's not going to happen. If your thought is I want a restaurant, if your thought is I want a consulting business, if your thought is you know, I want my own boutique, you got to see that. You got to visualize it, visualize what it's going to look like, because there is power in visualization, and that's going to be a different class, but I just wanted to, you know, put that out there. And then affirmations, what you say. Oh my gosh, like what you say is so important. It's absolutely more important than what you want to happen. Because if you're saying something contradictory to what you want, then it's kind of like pushing and pulling at the same time. You're going to go nowhere because your words are canceling out what your want is. So keep that in mind and get you some affirmations, baby. Create some specific for you. I am, you know, if the goal is to attract a certain type of client or clients into your organization, then you say, I attract people of like mind to join with me in my purpose and in my call. Okay, that's an affirmation. And that's something that when you put that out there, it's going to, and the faith that you put behind those words, it's going to create the momentum that will bring those that you're looking for to you. Trust me, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, and then check your money mindset. Do you have a mindset to make money? I mean, or do you have these limiting thoughts that, oh, you know, I have to have this to do this, and you know, only people with degrees make that kind of money in my job, or only people like. No, make sure you have a healthy appreciation for money, and make sure you have a healthy appreciation for what you're expecting. Because if you don't have a healthy appreciation for it, when I tell you it's not going to happen, You might want to believe me. It is not going to happen. Ask me how I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We just gonna move on. Next is developing your big why. If you're only in whatever you're doing for the paycheck, you're gonna burn out real quick. Okay. And forgive me if I'm looking over to the side, but guys, I'm sharing, I'm reading comments, I'm trying to do all of this today. Usually I'm the moderator behind it, but it is what it is. So developing your big why before you get started. Figure out why. Like, ask yourself the important questions. Like, why is doing this important to you? Now, why is it important to Kiki? Now, why is it important to JoJo, the ones that's telling you you should do it? But is it important to you? Because if someone's telling you, girl, you be fabulous at this, but you don't have no skin in the game, like you don't feel it, like you're like, well, I guess I could, then you're gonna jump in and you're gonna jump out just as quick as you jumped in. So know why it's important to you. Why do you want to launch this particular brand, this particular product, this particular service, right? Like, why? What does it mean to you? How do you personally connect to it? Because, I mean, there's so many things out there you could sell. You could sell flowers, you could sell dogs, you could sell trees, but there has to be something that connects you to your product or service. So figure out what that is. And then how do you feel about what you're doing? I remember early on when I started my sales career, I worked at places that I didn't really feel like what I was selling was right. Like I had some kind of internal conflict. And when that is the case, guess what? You really can't do what you want to do because you're fighting yourself. You don't feel the value in it. It doesn't inspire you. So how can you inspire or convey to the person that you're serving or selling to that this is a value product when you looking at it up and down and rolling your eyes and twisting your lips? Like, no, that does not work. Okay, does not work. So the next is really kind of discovering your potential for profit, right? You got to do that research. Like what you're selling, it should have a potential to profit. Okay, if you're selling rocks, okay, those rocks have to have the potential to actually make money. If you can't figure out that potential, like, will people actually pay for it? What will people pay for it? Do you have competitors in your market? If you don't know those things, if you have not taken the time, because we want to make the money, but we got to take the time and the initial investment to really clearly have an understanding of what we're putting out there. If you don't take the time to do that, then you really are setting yourself up for a disaster. Because number one, if you have competitors and your competitors' price is here and your price is here, that doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to buy from you, because if you're anything like me and I'm looking at something and I'm like, well, this is the best one on the market and it's this price and that one is this price, but hers is down here. Like, is it gonna break? Is it real? What is it? These are things that people are going to ask. So you literally have to recognize all of these things and take a look at them before you jump out there in the market, okay? And if you have a competitor, you might want to know what your competitor is doing, because you've got to figure out where your value add is, what's going to set you apart from them, right? How many of you have walked down the bread aisle at a store? Is 500 styles of bread. I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. There's wheat bread, whole wheat bread, wheat butter top bread, split top bread, sourdough bread, white enriched bread. It's all of these different breads, right? But each one of them, they've done their research, and it's not too many of the same. And if it is, there is an edge to it. Like one might be round and cute, one might be, square, one might, all of these things are important. And they did the research because they knew they were going to be on the aisle with everybody else. And that's the same thing you have to do to make sure that you have a potential to actually profit. Because if you out here in these streets, these internet streets, these marketing and sales streets, and you're spinning your wheels and you have no way to profit from it, you're going to burn out quickly. And not only are you going to burn out quickly, but you're going to lose the belief in yourself because you've not created win-win situations. Okay. Next, leverage. Oh my gosh, leverage your social network. I do not understand people who have a product or a service or a brand, and none of their friends, family, none of the people they go to church with, none of the people that they go to bowling with, none of their softball team, don't nobody know what you're doing. Like you just feel like what is it gonna just come out in osmosis? No, you literally have to leverage your social network because they might not need your service or your product, but if they know you have it, right, and they know you're passionate about it, then they will recommend you to someone else, right? I mean, people ask me all the time, hey, do you know somebody that does this? Do you know somebody that does this? Do you know somebody does? Sometimes I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I'll look up and I'll see someone doing something. And I'm like, hold on, you do this? And oh, yeah, yeah, I've been doing it for years. But you didn't say anything. So build a community of loyal fans for your brand, okay? And when I say loyal, I mean people who have tried your product, who like your product, who can, speak to your product. If you're a t-shirt designer, then tell your people when they put your t-shirt on to post a picture and tag you, hashtag you. They don't even have to tag you personally. Create a personal hashtag and have them to hashtag that hashtag. Then when people go and look for that shirt, guess what? They're going to find you. Yeah. Okay. And then share stories and useful content to engage your people. It's not always about just selling to people, okay? It's not, if you a t-shirt person and the only thing they see on your page is t-shirt, 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 guess what they gonna do? They probably gonna be like, oh my gosh. But if you start sharing stories, talk about things that can pull them in, that now they get to see you as a person, because people buy from people. There's thousands of t-shirts out there, some that are better, some that are worse. There are thousands of products out there in every different brand. I don't know anything that's just its own, and if it is, it won't be just its own for long. So you've got to engage with your audience and give them useful content outside of that sales part so that they can start getting to know and like you. Yeah. Okay. And then create and share content that demonstrates you're the go-to. Okay, you're the go-to. So if it's about a t-shirt business, then you need to let them know you the go-to. You may need to share content about the cotton quality of a shirt, and how to wash shirts, and how to keep your design intact on your shirt so that it doesn't lift, and what to look at. These things are things that people will be like, oh, wait a minute, like, hold up, I didn't know about that. And they're going to always come back to you because you're providing them with content that lets them know you are the expert. Say that, I'm the expert. Yeah, you need to do that, okay? And then this, if you don't get anything else from anything I've said, the one thing that you need to know is you've got to shift from a selling mindset to a serving mindset. Yeah. How does your product or service serve your audience? People don't want to be sold to, but people do want service. Okay. There are some restaurants that I go to just because of the service, because I know that when I get there, it may be way more than what I want to spend. But if I want to be treated well, that's where I'm going to go. Even if it's a quick item that I want, there is a place that I know that has the service level that I want, that I'm going to go and exchange my money with. So with whatever you're doing, you always have to serve your client. Yesterday, Andres Jones was on here, and he was doing, and he was talking about always giving more than what your client paid for. That is huge, because it doesn't take much for you to go that extra mile. But you going that extra mile is the difference between that person just, okay, you did well, right? Like you gave them what they asked for. So they'll probably shop with you again, but I guarantee you they're not going to tell nobody. They're not going to tell nobody. They're not going to tell nobody that they got a really nice shirt from Kiki and they liked it. No. But if you sold them the shirt, put it in a beautiful bag, gave them a few product samples from something, and then had an amazing conversation with them so that when they walked out of your door, they felt like they had encountered something, and that they felt like they were important and served, then honey, best believe the next time, I mean, they probably gonna get in a car and be on Instagram to I am at Dee's boutique and she just did an amazing job. Yo, look how cute this bag is, girl. That's what people do. So you've got to shift your mindset from selling to serving, and serving people so that when they leave your presence, they feel like they've had an experience. Providing a high value product and service for your clients, man, your clients will organically come, because now you don't have to do your marketing. Someone else is doing it for you. Oh, and the key to everything is collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. I'm taking a deep breath on this because this is an area that is a bit of a challenge sometimes, for people in general. I'm not going to say a specific group of people, but a lot of times we have this scarcity mindset, right? We feel like if I do something with her, or if I help her out in some kind of way, and my product or service is similar, or if we're in the same place and I don't know if I want to tell her about it because she may get more sales than I do. No, that's that scarcity mindset. When you collaborate, there's several things that are happening, okay? Number one, exponential growth happens because it's the power of combined energy. And maybe combined energy. And when I say that, I mean the power of a combined movement. When you have three people that are excited about what they have and everybody's uplifting everybody, when someone comes into that space, then they're uplifted farther and greater, and they're going to figure out a way to tap into everyone's energy. But if not, and everyone's product or service, but if not, what they will do is they will visit everyone, because everyone's on that same high. Everybody is bringing people in, and maybe they don't buy from you today, but they take your card and they tell someone else about how you still served and you were still enthusiastic when other people were winning. These kind of things bring returns and rewards that you really can't just put your finger on, but they're there. Okay. So exponential growth happens when you leverage the audience of another influencer, right? And then you do your best to create opportunities to partner and grow together, because people don't want to feel like they're in a using situation where they benefit and you don't, right? But a lot of times I see that happening. People don't really reciprocate, and I'm not sure why. But in the resolve of it all, if you do that, if you collaborate, then you have the power of building what you have not by yourself. Okay? Just thought I'd stay there for a second because that's just my little sweet spot. And then last but not least, the customer experiences, the customer experience, the 3 R's, right? Repeat customers, referrals, and rave reviews. Oh gosh, like that right there is the enchilada. You want to get repeat customers, referrals, and rave reviews, because that then sets you apart. It sets you apart from um just the regular person who's out here just selling, because they're not focused on these 3 R's. If you get repeat customers, you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. Don't burn through and churn through your customers, but build those customer relationships that bring them back again and again, right? Then referrals. Absolutely. If you don't have to go out and keep finding people and your repeat customers are referring people to you, then now you have a natural and organic way of building your business. And then those rave reviews, when they're out there, people who don't know you, who don't know anyone who knows you, they're then able to take a look at your reviews and determine if they want to get to know you, right? Absolutely. All right, so that customer experience is key. Um, that was a real quick overview. And I felt like I needed to be quick because a lot of this you really need to you need to experience uh, talking to a coach, talking to someone one on one to get some more how would you say, specialized and mm, maybe I won't call it just specialized, but where you can get the information that you need when you're in a coaching relationship. You can get the information that you need and ask the questions that you have that are specific to you. Sometimes you just literally cannot see for yourself. I've never seen a surgeon operate on himself. A heart surgeon could never operate on himself. An eye doctor, an eye surgeon to operate on his own eyes would be impossible. So for you to be able to self-diagnose, look at your business, and really see how you can artfully take the information that you have and translate it and build a 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure business. I recommend that you absolutely talk to a coach. But this is a great start. Just having foundational things and knowing foundational things are really helpful. Well, I am going to give you back 30 minutes of your time today. Remember, I am just subbing in. I'm tagging in for Jeff. Jeff, shout out. Hope everything is going well with your family. But I really appreciate each and every one of you who tune in today, who listen to it live or the replay. The art of creating your 6-figure brand is foundational. I don't think you should get into business to just make 20 cents. Just doesn't make sense at all. I think every last one of us who have an entrepreneurial spirit should start with building a six-figure brand, because a six-figure brand is going to bring you out of your workplace, right? And give you the ability to continue to add layers to what you're doing. So I hope this was helpful. I am an intuitive business strategist, and any of you who have any questions, feel free to reach out at hirethea@gmail.com. That's hirethea. I'm going to put it out here at gmail.com with any of your questions. At the end of the Birthing Your Greatness conference, we're going to have some amazing opportunities for you guys. Actually, it'll start next week. We are rolling through this week. We're at hump day, right? So tomorrow, I have the most incredible marketing and digital strategist. She's coming on, Mika Diamond, a radio host, a businesswoman, president. I mean, she got titles, y'all. But more than that, she's a servant. She's a community servant. And so just get ready for tomorrow, right? Just get ready. For those of you who are missing this conference and not catching it, I mean, you might want to go ahead and get the replays. The replays will have everyone, and you can register for that at bit.ly, the BYG Summit, and I'm gonna put that in there too. Ooh, y'all, I did it. Like I multitasked today, and woo! But that is it. That's where you can get your replays. You can register for the replays, and a very nominal fee. You can get all of the replays, all of the instructors. So that'll be huge for those of you who missed anything. This is week 3. It's a 4-week summit. Every day, lunchtime learning from 12 to 1. I'm giving you back some of your time today, so you can go eat your sandwich or whatever you got to do. But be blessed. If any of you need any kind of business strategy assistance, then come on over to and talk to us at the Collaborative U. The Collaborative U is a online e-learning platform. We have not just the educational classes, but we have coaches. We've got thought leaders from across the nation at this time. We're looking at some global thought leaders coming on. They're coming. But thought leaders that can help you build your business, write your books, shoot your movies, like whatever it is. We literally are building a team in all of the 7 mountains. And when I say 7 mountains, I mean mountains of influence in the world, education, finance, all of that. We're building influencers in those areas. We're bringing influencers together to collaborate to help you. Okay, so check us out at thecollaborativeu.com. thecollaborativeu.com, and we're also on Instagram, The Collaborative U, and Facebook. So we look forward to serving you. My name is Thea. I'm the co-founder, the COO, and an intuitive business strategist. And I've enjoyed this time sharing the Lunchtime learning with you at the Birthing Your Greatness Summit. Peace.